again, similar to George, just in terms of the COVID-19 pandemic, and New York, we were hit when we have been hit very hard. Brooklyn has been at the epicenter. And so I spent a lot of time, a lot of the spring preaching session to encourage people. It's just words of encouragement because we were being hit so hard. So it was just flatten the curve. That was the thing. Let's flatten the curve on despair. Let's flatten the curve on whatever would pull you down and make you feel that this is the end of the world. And so we did a lot of topical messages. And then with the George Floyd, once again, it was kind of a harken back to the days of Black Power and just reminding people that all lives matter, of course, but we say Black lives matter because those are the ones that are being taken right now. And so we've been doing a lot of Marvin Gaye songs in our worship. In fact, the first Sunday I preached "Mercy, Mercy Me" with the backdrop of the psalmist saying, "How can we sing the Lord's song in a strange land?" And one of the reasons why we've had to sing the Lord's song in a strange land or in a painful time is because we're suffering from truth decay, and the lack of truth, which paints African Americans as less than and inferior, just more beyond the 3/5 compromise or 3/5 human from the Continental Congress in the 18th century, but just today that people of color don't have the same skill set or even desire to do well and to improve themselves, or that people of color are late, they want handouts and things of that nature. And so just always encouraging and remembering that message, because truth decay has ultimately led to truth and consequences. And so these are the consequences that we're seeing now with the rioting. I don't condone it, but I understand it. Dr. King said that the rioting is a language of the unheard. And so you're talking about pent up generations that have been unheard and unrecognized. And even before Brother George Floyd, it was George Stinney Jr. Like in 1944, he was electrocuted. He went to the electric chair. He was only 14 years old.
Wow.
In South Carolina. And one of the witnesses, or one of the individuals that testified against him, said that he was a menacing bully in the community. He was 5'1" and 90 pounds.
Wow.
So he was convicted by an all-white jury. I mean, 70 years later, the Innocence Project says that he was indeed innocent. But it's just, once again, has been this is a miscarriage of justice that's been going on for 400 years. And so now you have the masses that are rising up. And so it's that these are the times that we're living in. And people are very frustrated. People are very despondent and angry. And these are a lot of the emotions that we're dealing with as pastors to our people.
If you enjoyed this conversation from the Monday Morning Preacher podcast, discover the full episode at preachingtoday.com/podcast.